definitely want to check out the previous lesson to this on the Axis of Awesome chord progression and working out how to move chords into different keys. Really important skill, really useful skill. Just takes a little bit of knowledge of the fretboard and you can fly, and you'll be above pretty much any guitarist that I know who's just starting out. You're going to be really at an advantage if you know some of this theory. All you need to know is your notes on the fretboard, at least on the low E string, so you can work out what a C is, what a D is, and then follow the theory in that lesson before this, the Axis of Awesome it's called. Okay, so we're going to look at how it applies to the blues progression. Very simply, it is the first, the fourth and the fifth chords of a key that you're in. So if we're in C, there's my C. If I play a major scale, that whole half step pattern, again, if this is really new to you, go to the previous lesson on this series and I'll explain everything there. So hopefully you all know where I'm talking about here, so I'm just going to talk to you as if you already know it. So if you don't know it, check out the other lesson. Okay, whole half step pattern from C. I'm going to go do the pattern and get to the fourth note. Count this as 1, C is 1, whole step, half step. There's my 4. What note is that? It's an F. So my first chord is going to be the C because that's the 1. My fourth chord is going to be an F because that's the 4. Then I've got to work out the fifth. So starting on C, 1, whole step, half step, then the whole step, that's fifth note, that's a G. So in the key of C, a blues progression could be C, F, G. Going to F. The fifth, fourth, first. Something like that. Okay, so that's the first, fourth and the fifth chords. Obviously you don't play them in exactly that order, but you're just using those 3 chords to make the blues progression. Now guys, I hope that's been the most detailed beginner blues chord progression lesson you've ever had, and I hope that some of you have learned something about the blues chord progression. So I want you to use that, go out there, create some songs that use those 3 chords. You'll be surprised how many songs actually use just a blues progression and do pretty well with it. Do post a video response if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, head to the forums if you need some help and ask a question there and I'll be there for you, alright? So that's the blues progression. Next one we're going to look at is what I call the canon progression, but there's a couple of names for it. It's a really cool chord progression that again you can use in loads of different situations. So I'll see you guys